to do a cycle of steroids to show people what Jake Paul on steroids actually looks like.
Fair.
Is Jake Paul natural? No. I can say that with pretty certain confidence in that statement, mainly because, as you heard me mention, I know a lot of the people he trains with, and I have heard things.
The lights go down, the arena becomes a roar of thousands. And in the center of it all, Jake Paul, the unlikely prize fighter, the kid from Ohio turned global controversy magnet, marches toward the ring with a grin that says, "I already know how this ends." But outside the ropes, far away from the gloves, the hashtags, and the knockout reels, a different fight is brewing. A fight that has nothing to do with jabs or uppercuts and everything to do with lawyers, accusations, and the one word that refuses to die.
Over it.
Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be happy to taking PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
No, I'm just asking.
go ahead.
Because I was just wondering, I looked at your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox, you know, those are signs of the PED.
Steroids. Observers have whispered it, critics have tweeted it, and YouTube detectives have practically sculpted entire careers around the suspicion that Jake Paul's meteoric transformation from prankster to powerhouse simply looks too fast, too strong, too extreme to be natural.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir.
That's
you
what
think
I
he's on
feel like.
PEDs?
I don't care.
They circle around the same points. Wider shoulders than last season, veins appearing like road maps, acne suddenly breaking through like fireworks, and punches that look like they're powered by a hydraulic system. These aren't claims of guilt. No one has evidence that would hold up in court. But they are the kind of observations that stir the pot, especially when people swear they've seen this kind of thing before in other athletes who later confess to performance-enhancing cycles. The chatter only grew louder when medical professionals interviewed in different discussions used words like denser jawline, rapid muscular development, and classic cycle transformation.
A guy on steroids is blatantly going to exhibit some sort of actual physical representation of steroid use, like a traditional, roid monkey look. You're gonna have like more muscle mass.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
Always with disclaimers, always reminding viewers that none of this counts as proof. But when experts even utter a sentence that contains both physique and enhancement, the internet lights up like a bonfire because controversy is the oxygen of online fandom. And of course, fighters notice too. Dillon Danis didn't hesitate to point at the acne, the sudden explosiveness, the kind of power that looks like it arrived overnight. Teddy Atlas, the legendary trainer, didn't call anyone a cheater. But he did question the legitimacy of the fight with Mike Tyson. Ricky Hatton simply said the matchup made him uncomfortable. No one said guilty, but everyone said, huh, that's interesting. And in the court of public opinion,
to tell people that you're not on steroids where you're just on steroids, because they'll get a legal TRT prescription from the doctor. Their dealer fills in the rest. Normally they're on TRT, but they go through multiple month phases during the year where they go on super physiological doses.
Grow as athletes as they accumulate more muscle mass, generally with training age.
And also steroids.
So people think I do steroids and all this shit. So I have a plan because I think it's fucking bizarre. That's like the only excuse they can come up with is like rigged fights. Jake Paul does steroids.
Curiosity is gasoline. Jake Paul, never one to shrink from conflict, responded with classic Jake Paul energy. Bold, unfiltered, sometimes dead serious, sometimes trolling. He warned that if people made claims they couldn't back up, he might send legal papers flying like left hooks, reminding the world that defamation is a real thing, and the courtroom is a ring with consequences. He even joked online that maybe after he retires, he'll do a real steroid cycle just to show how different he'd look. Critics pounced on that comment like hungry wolves, insisting it was a tell, while Jake shrugged and said it was just a joke. At one point, he even posted a negative drug test, but skeptics demanded to know, was it random? Who administered it?
Something to take so you can make the weight a little bit easier, something you can take that can make you a little bit stronger, something that you can take to make you a bit more explosive. And there's, and if you know what you
Is it official that he failed it now? Yes, he failed 2 tests actually. So he's probably going to look at a 2-year suspension from MMA.
How many tests exist? The mystery was almost more exciting than the answer. And then, the words massive lawsuit entered the chat. Suddenly the debate wasn't just about muscles or acne or speed. The video-making waves online suggested that if accusations kept swirling and if anyone dared to make a claim without evidence, Jake Paul might start filing lawsuits. On the flip side, the same video suggested that if someone ever did prove performance-enhancing drug use, other lawsuits could erupt in return, especially when the stakes involve mega events with millions in sponsorships.
Right? He took estrogen blockers. And the only reason that anybody takes estrogen blocker on purpose is to restart their testosterone after they do a steroid cycle.
He's 6'6", 260 pounds with an 82-inch reach. I mean, just look at us next to each other.
Global streaming deals and literal legends like Mike Tyson. In a world where a single knockout can generate tens of millions of dollars, the idea of unfair advantage becomes a potential legal bomb. Imagine advertisers realizing a fight was influenced by banned substances, or streaming platforms discovering they promoted an event under false conditions. Even without proof, the speculation alone has business executives sweating. That's the strange magic of Jake Paul. Every time the ring walk ends, the conversation continues. The suspicions didn't just arrive with Mike Tyson. They resurfaced with Tommy Fury, Nate Diaz, and Mike Perry. The pattern wasn't proof, but it was persistent. And persistence is often what keeps a narrative alive. People pointed to the speed of transformation, the swelling of shoulders, the visible veins, the change in jaw density.
He's not that same kid. That's why I keep telling those MMA guys. Every time they tell me, I got a chance to fight Jake Paul, I'm like, man, don't do it because
everybody's on steroids. The whole UFC, everybody.
Your teammate Gil and Jake were too caught on steroids.
The newfound power that detonated opponents on the canvas, others shrugged and said, it's just training, genetics, and money. Yet every time a fight ends, the rumor mill spins again because few things draw more attention than the idea that greatness might come with a pharmacological secret. Yet here's the twist no one can ignore. Nothing has been proven. There are no test results that condemn him. There is no leaked document, no banned substance found, no confession, no sanction. Instead, there are questions, opinions, and a whole lot of very loud voices. And Jake Paul, perhaps more than anyone else on the planet, understands the currency of loud voices. Each accusation becomes another headline. Each skeptical comment becomes another algorithmic boost. Whether he's furious or laughing, whether he's showing a test result or taunting his doubters, Jake Paul knows how to make noise, and noise is the lifeblood of his empire. In the end, the truth might be simple. Maybe the kid really just trained harder than everyone expected. Maybe he was born with knockout power. Maybe money bought him the world's best nutritionists, physiotherapists, coaches, recovery equipment, cryo chambers, and psychological conditioning. Or maybe the people raising eyebrows are seeing things that aren't there. We don't know. Nobody does. And that's why the conversation keeps breathing. Jake Paul isn't just a fighter. He's a narrative engine, a character who lives in the electric space between admiration and accusation. And every time a shoulder vein pops or a jawline sharpens or a punch puts someone to sleep, that electric space crackles and expands. So here we are, no proof, no conviction, no banned test, no confession. Just repetition, suspicion, headlines, and the ever-present possibility that one day someone might actually file those massive lawsuits the video hinted at. Until then, Jake Paul will continue doing what he does best, fighting, provoking, flipping the script, and selling the show with a grin that says, keep watching, because whether you love him, hate him, or just want to know the truth, Jake Paul is not leaving the ring, not leaving the spotlight, and absolutely not leaving the conversation. The bell has only just rung.